So for those who didn't know,
Hold on. 1 second here.
It is.
Okay,
Will
now continue.
almost lost to the Vidians the other day. Will almost lost to Vidians.
You know what? I was trying a Romulan cloaking build. I didn't have my Mendak with me, and
for God's sake, you're trying a Romulan cloaking build without He left that part of the story out when he told us. All he told us was that his Romulan science vessel rolled blanks on evades. But oh my God, you totally deserve that to happen to you.
My poor Praetus with 3 hull and 7 defense dice took 3 hits to the hull. Couldn't roll evades to save its life, literally. Stupid Vidians. And their annoying little hypothermic charges that reroll when I'm cloaked.
Yeah.
And don't require a target lock.
So anyway, yeah, the point is get 1 Pegasus. You're not going to need more than that unless Escape Pod is awesome, which is possible.
We'll let you know.
Indeed.
Start with 1.
Speaking of ships that come with weapons that let you re-roll or that let you bypass shields, we are moving on to the last ship of the night, Kyana Prime, the Krenim weapon ship. It's a time ship, but they call it a weapon ship. I don't know. Looks like a giant weapon, I guess. Kyana Prime, Krenim weapon ship. A 4-1-6-4 for 30 points. Not bad. Action, roll 3 defense dice for every evade result. Place 1 evade token beside your ship. It has the target lock, scan, and battle stations icons in the action bar. It cannot evade naturally. Or normally.
So,
2 weapons. Sorry, 2 tech, 2 weapons. No crew slots.
On average, this is going to give you 1 evade. Nobody runs Gorkon.
Mm-hmm.
I've run Gorkon just to have a Klingon skill booster. No, I wanted two Klingons at the same captain skill. It wasn't for his ability.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody uses Gorkon's ability. Look, unless
that's like saying no one next one uses Lando.
Unless
Yeah,
unless the generic is tech weapon, there's no reason to run the name ship.
Yeah, not particularly, because you're not going to need 2 weapons on this ship. Tech is the cool stuff.
Oh, hey, by the way, it's dual faction independent mirror.
Oh, that is true. I forgot to mention that. It is a mirror unique as well.
Yeah, everything in this pack that's unique is mirror unique.
Indeed. Not that we'll ever see these probably Prime Universe, but hey. So that is the ship. It's not a bad stat line for a 30-point ship. That's the Enterprise D.
it's almost Voyager.
We'll see if the upgrades make up for it, because a lot of these upgrades and stuff in the pack are limited strictly to the time ships.
Yeah.
Alright, so starting with our 5-point Mirror Independent Captain Anorax. That is nice that they are both independent and mirror, so you can use them on a whole bunch of ships other than this one. Add 1 tech upgrade slot to your upgrade bar. Yay. Sorry, he's an 8 skill with a talent slot as well for his 5 points. If Anorax is assigned to a weapon ship, anytime you roll dice for any reason, you may disable all of your upgrades. No, you may disable one of your upgrades to choose one of those dice and re-roll it.
Yeah.
That is just unbelievably bad.
Give me.
Unless you're going for the additional. The +2 weapon slot, all weapons cost -1 and loaded up with 4 aft phaser cannons for free.
And I guess it lets you reroll warp core breaches and stuff, but still.
Oh yeah. Anytime you roll dice for any reason. This can also work against Madrid.
That's true. But
that's the only other thing I could really think of.
I think the answer is if Madrid wants to take out this guy, I kind of hope he does, rather than, a good captain.
Mm-hmm. slight interruption. We are back, though, guys. We're still going. Don't miss us too much. Sorry, you were saying, Tucker?
I'm totally cool if they want to take this guy out with Madrid. I'd rather they take out this guy than, you know, a good captain.
Yeah. And the nice thing is that he is... Independence and Mirror don't really generally have very high skill captains. Like, we've got Khan for 8, but that's about what they top out at for Independent.
Carr.
Yeah, Carr too. Mirror, though, the best they have is Mirror Riker at 7.
And Spock.
Is he a 7 or a 6?
He's a 7.
Yeah.
Vidian Commander at 7 for Indy.
I don't know, but come on, he's the Vidian Commander.
Lore at 7 for Indy.
And he also comes with a upgrade slot.
Gen Con at whatever your highest is.
I think we've effectively made our point.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the other captain then. We've got the 3...
Effectively, Anorex is a tech slot.
3-point mirror independence for 4 skill. Does not come with a talent. But this is Obrist. Obrist?
Obrist. Yeah.
At the start of the game, place 1 mission token on his card. If you performed as an action, if you performed a green maneuver this round, discard the mission token from this card and one of your weapon upgrades to target a ship at range 1 to 3. You cannot attack or be attacked by that ship this round. You cannot perform any free actions this round. So basically, he turns a weapon into a smokescreen against one specific ship. Problem is, that means they can still target somebody else.
Worth mentioning, if you really wanted to, you could discard, a Riker would work. Look, if you can find a way to use his action as a free action, you'll still get a normal action based on the full alert ruling, but it's still kind of bad.
There's people in the chat. I see them. They exist. It's alright, David. We're not alone out here in the cold, dark of space.
I feel so alone. No.
I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me.
Who wouldn't love our singing, man? Come on now. But yeah, Obrist.
I kind of like Obrist because he works like diplomacy works.
Not quite, because the other ship can still attack, and you can still attack. It just has to be other things.
Yeah.
The thing I like about diplomacy is you can choose an enemy ship, and that ship can't attack, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, though, doesn't Wei-Yun's, one of Wei-Yun's versions, do the same thing, only more times?
I know Wei-Yun has a version with 2 mission tokens. Let me just double check.
Yeah, it's Wei-Yun 8.
That's correct.
But its target ship cannot attack your ship this round, and you cannot attack at all.
Period. Okay. So this can force you guys to do something else, but you still have to get rid of a weapon upgrade, and you can only do it once.
Yeah.
He's a captain. They put him on a ship. He does a thing.
He makes your fleet better in that 1 resistance OP.
No, he doesn't.
Stop trying to make Obrist work. Obrist won't work. It's not going to happen.
That was more a reference to that silly debate about the mission tokens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that one. Anyway, we have a talent slot that can only be used by Anorex from this pack because Obrist is not cool enough. A 5-point mirror-independent talent, Causality Paradox. Action: discard this card. Discard this card to target a ship at range 1 to 3. Discard 1 upgrade of your choice on the target ship. Then remove 1 disable upgrade token from one of your upgrades if possible. This upgrade may only be purchased for Anorex or any other Krenim captain assigned to a Krenim weapon ship.
Man, if it wasn't for the last part, this would be amazing.
It'd be a good talent to use on kind of anybody.
Lore.
Or even if it was one or the other, like could probably be more useful, but it's both.
I would take Anorax just to use this talent on a, I don't know, a good ship.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the Kiara Prime firing arcs were spoiled. It is 90 forward, no rear.
Yeah.
So this is not a great ship.
And this is going to strongly depend. It's also going to strongly depend on what its maneuver dial is, because I don't think this thing is going to be very maneuverable either.
Even if this has a bioship dial, I'm still not running it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't know. It's like a mini bioship, and it's got some other interesting things going for it. So let's take a look at those. Starting with Chronoton torpedoes. Good old Year of Hell.
Yeah.
6-point weapon upgrade, mirror independent, 5 attack, range 2 to 3, attack and a target lock. Spend your target lock and disable the card to perform the attack. All damage inflicted by this attack ignores the opposing ship's shields. You may fire this weapon from your forward or rear firing arcs. Costs +6 points for any ship other than a Krenim weapon ship.
I'm not paying 12 points for this. I'm just not.
There have been similar cards to this, of course. The Positron beam from Borg and the phased Polaron beams from Dominion. Even the hypothermic charges for the Vidians. All of them have been very ship limited. This one, though, I think might actually be somewhat useful because two of these can, if you have these on 2 different ships together, you can one-shot almost any regular ship in the game.
That will cost you literally almost that will cost you actually exactly a fifth of your fleet points.
Or a tenth of your fleet points if you're actually running the time ships.
Yeah, but you'd have to be running 2 time ships at that point.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need 2 time, and you need 2 time ships to just have these things anyway.
At that point, I need you. If you're running 2 time ships in your fleet, I want you to sit down and reevaluate your life.
Sit down, look at your life, look at your choices.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to run 2 time ships in a build, and before I go play, I'm going to evaluate my life. And when I get home from playing in this tournament, I'm going to reevaluate my life, and then I'm going to do a YouTube video about this whole process.
And you're going to become famous on the internet long after Star Trek Attack Wing is dead.
No, I'm not.
Okay, shortly after Star Trek Attack Wing is dead.
No. I do not have delusions of grandeur, Will.
Chronoton torpedoes, compared to all of the other weapons that do this kind of similar effect, these ones actually seem like the best deal. They can go out to range 3, even though they require the target lock like most torpedoes do. This is like the only useful torpedo I've ever seen. And, I don't know, it could be a thing. If fighters didn't exist.
When you have to put the caveat on it, that tells you everything you need to know.
Then again, a lot of things could be viable if fighters didn't exist. As it is known, now we've got fighters instead of a lot of things. Instead of a lot of things could be viable if Borg didn't exist, now it's a lot of things could be viable if fighters also didn't exist.
Yeah.
Or if they were only the resource ones again.
They'll figure that out eventually. So how about that temporal incursion?
Oh boy. 9-point mirror independent weapon upgrade. Temporal incursion, 8 attack dice, can only happen at range 3. Attack, target lock, spend your target lock and discard this card to perform this attack. In addition to normal damage, for every uncancelled critical, discard 1 upgrade at random on the target ship. Then for every uncancelled hit, disable 1 upgrade at random on the target ship. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Krenim weapon ship. Which is very sad, because I would have loved to put this on a Borg ship.
I know, I was just thinking that.
But, gives you a reason to run Khan on a weapon ship if you're going to take this.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or Toreth, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Not all that uncomparable to Thaleron weapon, and I actually like Thaleron weapon. Unfortunately, it does require your target lock, so you're not going to get the rerolls or the double rerolls off it. So that Unfortunately, I think that solidly puts it in the vastly inferior category.
I mean, here's the main problem: is range 3 only. I hate range 3 only weapons.
Yeah.
Is there another one besides this?
The Tholian torpedo.
When did it come into existence?
Which you don't even remember because of how bad range 3 only makes it.
You know what?
Cobalt warheads.
Will, you know in X-Wing how there's a TIE bomber pilot that can add or subtract to the range of secondary weapons?
I like him.
That's what we need here. Because if
That'd be
temporal
cool.
incursion could work at 2 to 3, and like some of our torpedoes could work at 1 to 2, like the 2 to 3s could work at 1 to 3, or like 1 to 2 weapons could work at 1 to 3.
I think
It might be a little bit better.
There's a place we could use this.
Like, and if that's a captain, you consider running that as a captain in a build.
There is one position where you could use this, and that is the Mutara Nebula, because you can fire anything at range 1.
Oh my God, Will! Enough with the Mutara Nebula.
I love that.
It wouldn't let a range 3 only get down to a range 1, but it would get it down to range 2.
But yeah, temporal incursion, unfortunately.
I think it's binder fodder for now. But
yeah.
I
like Thaleron weapon. I don't like this.
Mission. It's got to have something to do with the mission that they have in this pack.
Thaleron weapon was good for this because number 1, it didn't require target lock. Number 2, it rolled more dice. Number 3, it could do better range. And number 4, even though it was 1 point more, it was used on a ship that was good in itself.
Yeah.
This has too many.
Is lacking all of it.
Unfortunate. But if we ever get to use it on a planet and erase a species from the galaxy, I would be more than willing to use it on the Federation. Next up, we have the 6-point mirror independent tech upgrade temporal wave front. Oh, I should note that this is mirror unique, but Chronoton torpedoes and temporal incursion are not. So you can do multiple incursions.
I guess that's kind of...
Which I suppose might be... No, it's still not better than Thaleron. Temporal Wavefront. As an action, discard this card to target every ship in your forward firing arc within range 1 to 3. Each target ship must roll 3 defense dice. For every blank result a ship rolls, that ship must disable one of its cards at random. Captain, Admiral, or Upgrade. Upgrade may only be purchased for a Krenim weapon ship. Why?
Does not affect fighters.
Does not... Barely affects normal ships.
Also affects friendly ships. Just FYI.
Only good on a Krenim. Only can be used by a Krenim weapon ship, taking up a valuable tech slot for 6 points, and you can't even choose what you're disabling.
And this happens once.
Yeah.
Temporal Wavefront, however, does sound like a really cool resistance group. Otherwise, no, get rid of it. We're the Temporal Wavefront.
Okay, guys, so if there's ever a resistance group called the Temporal Wavefront, you know who the leader is.
Crap. This will be you'll know this so you can find me during the zombie apocalypse, I'm sure.
Great. Temporal Core?
Temporal Core, 6-point mirror independent tech upgrade. Action. Disable this card to perform this action. When defending this round, all ships roll -2 attack dice against your ship until the end phase. This action cannot reduce an attack below 1 attack die. You cannot perform any free actions this round. Why do these people hate the time ship so much that they can only do 1 action ever?
Yeah, and it's not even that great of one.
This upgrade may only be purchased for a Krenim weapon ship. Now, all ships roll -2 attack dice against your ship. That's not too bad.
No.
Uh-oh.
It's not worth 6 points and not being able to do anything else.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a sneeze there. But I agree with probably whatever you said. Nice thing is it doesn't reduce your own attack. Terrible thing is you're not going to have 6 defense dice on a Krenim time ship. which would be useful against reducing everyone from 5 to 3 attack dice. Oh, I'm sorry. This might not work on fighters.
When defending this round,
all ships roll -2 attack dice.
part of an attack.
Might not. You don't know. Hopefully we'll get some clarification on that. Even then, probably not going to take this one.
I don't want to be a judge anymore.
Aside from that, the you cannot perform any free actions this round still sucks. Why would you do that to these time ships, WizKids?
I think I've said this before on the show, but I literally am not allowed to drink right now, and I'm eyeing a bottle of rum I have on the shelf thanks to this game.
Spatial Distortion, 6-point mirror independent tech. Our last card of the night. Discard this. I think it's the last card. Is it the last card?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's literally a 6-point quantum singularity for Krenim ships.
Discard this card, remove your ship from the play area, discard all tokens during the end phase, come back not within range 1 to 3 of any ship. This is why it's the miniature bioship. Wow, why can't I think today?
Yeah,
yes.
no, I mean this is the only card that is like remotely desirable out of this pack for a Krenim ship. Like the only reason you would play a Krenim ship is if you wanted to do quantum singularity shenanigans, couldn't afford bioships, and didn't want to run Borg for some reason.
Mm-hmm. And granted, the bioship can fit a couple more upgrades on it once it goes into the spatial distortion. So, I mean, it's very hard for you to get a good quantum singularity into Romulan disruptor pulse off, but Krenim time ship could probably do that if you were looking to into doing that sort of thing. I like disruptor pulses. I like killing lots of fighters in one turn.
Yeah.
Which is generally, for this Krenim time ship, unfortunately one of the few things I could really see it doing. Tech, so it could jump off the board. Weapon with the disruptor pulse that leaves you enough points for a actual good captain, like even Picard, and that will bring you up to the 50-point limit. No crew, but who needs crew?
Who needs it?
We don't need no stinking crew. Or even better, or you could use Picard 8 and get a crew. That would be fun.
A 1-point crew?
Let's see, 30, 36, 42, 48. Yeah, 1 point with faction penalty. Yeah, if your officer exchange program frees up a few more points.
Tasha Yar works.
Mirror. Good old Mirror. It's good to be Mirror and independent.
Or Jadzia Dax. Gives you an extra hit point.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But as for necessity of this pack, this is definitely a very self-contained pack for the most part. Like lots of Krenim only shenanigans.
This is a completionist pack.
Or if you're really weird like me and want to see if triple Chronoton torpedo fleet could actually work. It's not going to work while fighters are around, but if it could work.
Yeah. This is probably going to be one of those packs I pick up because it's an entry fee at a store is buy a ship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not one I'm jumping out to buy.
If Borg were still a threat, I feel Chronotorn torpedoes would be a better deal.
Sure. Sure, because half the threat of the Borg was their shields.
Ridiculous 7, 8, 9 shields.
Yeah. And Borg are still certainly playable, and I mean, Federation are good, and Federation have half their hit points are in shields.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Chronoton torpedoes certainly aren't going to kill you, but
unless you're running one of those poor 3-hull ships that WizKids is trying to push us through.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is why we don't. Which is another reason why we don't run 3-hull ships.
I I don't know. I'm still a big fan of the ISS Defiant, but that's about it. But that's because I do so much shenanigans with improved deflector screens. Like, that card's the only thing that's made 3 whole ships playable.
Pretty much a requirement.
Yeah. So Krenim's a luxury item. Pegasus is a wait and see what the escape pods do.
I mean, I'd buy one.
Yeah, sure. Because Riker and Ronald Moore
is just
are decent enough cards, and the Pegasus is a solid ship in and of itself.
And it's a different looking ship. We got a ship that's actually not been printed before.
Yeah, and there's a reason we didn't talk about the Avenger.
The Avenger has some... No, hold on. The Avenger has some okay stuff on it.
Yeah, we just had to make a cut somewhere. We can only get through 3 previews in an hour and a half.
And these ones seemed more relevant to what could change the game before Worlds.
Yeah.
By which we mean we had to fit the hood in somewhere.
The hood had to be covered.
I mean, we need that gloriously clean shaven Riker face. Look at that. Look at those bright green eyes. And that total lack of a beard. I'm very disturbed by beardless Riker. Q had it right. Riker was better after the beard. Oh wait, no, he didn't like him after the beard. Oh well. Who agrees with Q anyway?
Q.
That's true.
Q is self-referential, Will.
Ah, yes. How could I forget? But yeah, 3 ships today. Actually got through on time, which is pretty cool.
I know. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, there were a lot of things to not have to say about a lot of the cards, actually.
Yeah.
It's like, this is good, obviously. Cool. This is bad, obviously. That's cool, too. But, yeah. So, everyone who has been, of course, closely following Star Trek Attack Wing all these wonderful, wonderful days, we are still waiting on some confirmation on further clarification on how the fighter ruling is affecting other cards. Because when they dropped the fighters are not affected by Corbomite maneuver thing on us, everyone's suddenly like, wait a second, well, what else don't they affect?
No, I am the only one in the world who that makes perfect sense to. For everybody, and this is, by the way, for everybody listening on the Attack Wing community who keeps saying bad things affect them and good things don't. No! That is not how it works!
Headphone warning.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was a little late.
But yeah, no, like, it literally, if it's not part of an attack, okay, if it's not part of an attack and it's bad, it still doesn't work. Diplomacy does not affect fighters. Corbomite maneuver does not affect fighters. No,
diplomacy should affect fighters.
Why?
Diplomacy can't target fighters, but it protects from all attacks. It doesn't say attacks from ships.
Alright, whatever. I don't remember the exact wording of diplomacy.
Then again, there's also the question, does Gelnon affect fighters because he's kind of an attack, but he's triggered off of an action?
Yeah, I know, and see, that's the thing, and I asked them that, and they're like, nope, it's already been answered. I'm like, what the hell do you mean it's already been answered?
Yeah, I've dropped 5 other cards in that thread. I haven't checked to see what's been denied so far, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully we'll see soon.
Will is correct. You can't target if all your enemy has left is fighters, you can't use diplomacy.
Mm-hmm. But if you can hit one of his main ships in the back, supposedly that should work.
Actually, I'm not sure.
Hence why it went to Worf.
I'm not sure whether attack or be attacked is part of an attack, if that attack necessarily can't happen.
So while we wait on more answers and clarifications for those, you can be sure that we will have them for you as soon as they come out and what it means for various cards and strategies. Other than that, this wave that we just previewed should be dropping tomorrow. Have fun, take a look at it if that is what you have decided after witnessing our wonderful, wonderful preview event. I hope it was a wonderful preview event. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We try to enjoy things around here for the most part, even though sometimes some things that this game does makes us want to drink. And I'm allergic to alcohol.
We're still having fun, and despite everything you may hear us grousing and groaning about, I still think we all enjoy talking about Star Trek, talking about this game. There are things that happen that drive us crazy.
Hell, I even said I wanted to try a 3 Chronoton torpedo timeship fleet. I mean, come on now.
Come on. Like, that's madness. That's like Will saying he wants to take 5 Reliance out for a spin.
If only I could take that many named Reliance, I would totally do that.
Or 5 Mirandas out for a spin.
I haven't done that since OP1.
It's like Will wanting to take out Tholians.
Okay, we're all picking on me now, aren't we? I see where this is going.
Hey, only one of us has almost lost a game to Vidians. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No, but the last thing that I really want to know, which probably doesn't work under the new ruling, is that I stab at thee probably does not affect fighters. Because it is not technically an attack.
It generates an attack. Well, people were saying it generates an attack. Also, a ship being destroyed might be part of an attack. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll keep track of that. Next week, we will be looking at basically probably everything world, since that is rapidly approaching. I'm going to go ahead and say it now, there will probably not be an episode on Tuesday, June 2nd, since I will be busy, preparing for Origins and stuff and getting out of here. So I'll put that out there right now. But Tuesday the 19th, looking at mostly Worlds builds. Tuesday the 26th, who knows, probably revising Worlds builds in addition to finishing up anything else new and cool that comes out since then.
Yep. And then you'll get live coverage from Origins in some way, shape, or form. So
we will bring to you whatever we can. We are not a professional, broadcasting organization. So WizKids and people might just kind of look at us and be like, "Why would we trust you to broadcast this stuff?" But if nothing else, the same thing I did at regionals. You can get some selfie interviews with me and maybe some of the players from my phone. Some updates on what's going on at least. But,
and since I'll be at home, Will may email or send me stuff, and I might be posting it and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if they do allow us to videotape some actual games from any of the tournaments and lets us live cast them, I will have my brand new shiny laptop specifically bought for broadcasting purposes, also assuming that we have Wi-Fi in the venue. And it would be cool and happy.
Yeah.
But,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see what happens. Anything new for anything new that I have missed or anything cool happening with you guys before we go?
I'm playing Peak Performance on Saturday.
Woohoo!
Looking forward to it.
Don't lose to Vidians.
Gate play in Hilmar. If you're anywhere in Northern California, Central Valley, come out, play. Seriously, we need more people. I know there are people in Northern California that play this game because ships get bought. Come play.
Why don't you like us? We bathe regularly, I swear.
If somebody knows where all the ships that are getting bought are going, please tell us.
Collectors. People that like shiny models.
People that have one other person they play with on their dining room table, and that's about it.
I guess. I'm excited about the new Doomtown stuff. Hey, look, Doomtown is the only game in the world I know where fancy new hat is a card.
That does sound pretty cool. That'd be a fun upgrade. That'd be an elite talent upgrade.
The flavor text is literally, guess who has 2 thumbs and a fancy new hat?
This guy. This guy.
Answer is Mortimer Parsons, but you have no idea who that is unless you play Doomtown.
Nope. Alright, guys. I think that's going to do it for us today, then. Thank you, everyone who was able to tune in, and thank you to all of you guys who are listening on YouTube or on the podcast right now. Love having you here. We do this because we want people to, you know, hear all the cool stuff that's going on, see what's up, and hear some evaluations from us, because we like to think we know what we're doing. Hopefully, by the end of the Worlds, we'll have some more credentials to put to that. So, keep tuned to us, keep listening. We love doing this for you guys, and yeah, have a great time. Play Star Trek, and while you're doing so, I hope Q is generous with your dice. Thank you, guys. See you again next week.
State of the Federation is a production of Will S. in association with Tucker C. and David M. We are not associated or affiliated with WizKids games, and except where specified, WizKids did not endorse or approve any of our podcasts. All copyrights are copyright of their respective rights holders.